Yay, it's you. Hello, Shutter Squad. Welcome back to The One Behind the Lens. I am so excited for today's bonus episode because we've got a true powerhouse in the senior photography world joining us, Vickie Black, founder and editor of Senior Style Guide. Vickie has built a vibrant community where photographers can express their creativity, grow their businesses, and level up through events, conferences, magazines, and so much more. Today, we're diving into the Hot 100. Yes, those icons, influencers, and legends. What it takes to stand out in the senior photography world, and how you can make your mark as a photographer. And here's a fun little connection. This episode reminded me so much of Taylor Aller, my business strategist that said in her episode, the one behind the launch, "It's not no, it's not yet." That mantra perfectly captures Vickie's story and the essence of this episode. If you want even more business wisdom from Taylor, definitely check out her episode. All right, Shutter Squad, grab your coffee, your notebook, and let's dive in. Welcome to the one behind the lens, the show for photographers building bold, beautiful businesses behind the lens. I'm Kate Biz Bestie, and I got one thing to say before we begin. So, Vickie, welcome to the one behind the lens. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm excited to be here.
So, Vickie, for anyone who doesn't know you yet, can you share a bit about you and how Senior Style Guide began and what inspired you to start it?
Oh, whoa, that's a loaded question.
I know.
Hey.
I know.
I love it.
I love that I was like, here's one question, but I'm going to add like three things to it.
Okay, so question number one, you're firing across the bow. Why did
Yes. We're just going right out.
I got you. You ready for this? Okay, so June of 2011, I was leaving weddings. I was tired. I was doing destination weddings. I was done. I had photographed a senior. I fell in love. That was it. You know how you photograph everything in the beginning? And this had been 2009 to that point. I was running and gunning and taking everything. And the minute I photographed that senior, I knew I was home.
Oh, I love that.
I just knew. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I did charge $500 that first senior. So, I did one thing kind of right, even though I really didn't know what to do with this person. He was the homecoming king. Actually, no, he was the second one. The first one, she might as well have been the homecoming queen. Okay, hello, thank you. And the funny thing is, I look back at those photos and I cringe with every fiber of my being. Whoa. And like I had that blur thing going on, like it was intentional. So, if there's anything you will learn about me, I will definitely throw myself under the bus and back the bus over myself a few times. I'm just going to be real about it. It was bad. It was so bad. But I thought I had arrived on the scene. Okay. So I wanted to learn more. Well, there wasn't anything to learn other than there was one group, this amazing group. I have nothing bad to say about this group. Let me preface this story with this, okay? I wanted to join. I wanted to give them my money. So I call up the owner and I'm like, hey, I'm in Greencastle, Indiana. I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn more. You guys are doing amazing things. Can I just sign up? Give you my credit card. What do you need from me? And he was like, oh, Vickie, we would love to have you, but, and we all know what but means. But it's the end of everything. We have two members in our group that are geographically somewhat close to you. Well, one was in another state. Okay, whatever. And I allow members to pay $500 to block new members. And they've blocked
Wow.
5 people in the last year. He goes, so I would essentially be taking your money and then giving it back to you. Nicest guy on the planet. I didn't leave that conversation upset with him. I left that conversation with a lesson. He has boundaries in his business, and he adheres to the boundaries. Granted, the boundaries sucked for me, but I couldn't shake it. And at the time, my now ex-husband, we were a husband and wife photography team for years, and we went to dinner, and we were getting ready to shoot a wedding the next morning. We drove off to another 2.5 hours away for a wedding, whatever. And I said, listen, this is it. We're done. We're not advertising any more new men. I mean, like, I unilaterally, this is how certain I was about this decision. I unilaterally made a decision in a team. You can't do that, but I did. And I said, we're not doing this anymore. This is it. We've got 5 more weddings to shoot this year. We're not advertising for next year. I am going to start a blog, and I'm going to feature senior photographers. And he said, and the point of that is going to be what? Because he's a very pragmatic individual.
Sure.
And I was like, I don't know. I mean, we just had that. I would just say, I don't know, but I'm doing it. And he's like, okay, well, let's see what happens. Fair.
Yeah.
Seeing as how I'd already talked to an IT person and started the work on the blog without even having that conversation yet. But hey,
so you're like, so this is happening.
This is how certain I knew I wanted to photograph seniors. I was willing to throw weddings away and everything. And there's a takeaway from this here at the end of the story, I promise. So we go on vacation. I published that very first blog post on July 31st, 2000, or July 30th, I'm sorry, 2011. Then there was nothing. It was my own session. Nothing. We did nothing. But hey, I did grassroots. I hit Google. Las Vegas senior photographer, California senior photographer. And I started sending emails out constantly. It was my job, because it was going to be. And some people were like, no, thank you. Okay, that's fine. And some people, yeah, I'll do it. And so I spent a year hitting the pavement, featuring blogs, no clue what I was going to be doing with this, but featuring blogs. And I get to the end and I'm like, at the end of the year, what am I doing? And so I typed up a blog post. I didn't publish it. And it was me closing Senior Style Guide. And before I hit publish, I said to myself, you've always wanted to do a magazine. Let's give it a try. So I reached out to, I believe, 9 people that I had met in that year. And I said, hey, this is what I'm thinking I want to try. There's no senior magazine in the industry. There was no senior only blog in the industry when I started. Would you take a chance and write an article and let me use some of your images? Yeah, they all resoundingly, it was yes, no hesitation. I redid that magazine 4 times because I went to my husband. I said, hey, I want to do this magazine. And he's like, oh God, here we go. That he didn't say it out loud, but that was the look. And if the tables were turned, I would have probably been rolling my eyes doing the same thing. Let's be honest here. Crazy. This is crazy town. And he said, here's InDesign, because we used it for our albums. Just figure it out, because he always made the albums.
Oh, sure.
I spent a month redoing that magazine over and over again to the publisher specs until it finally worked.
Wow.
I put it out, and in the next 3 months, our little tiny, sad Facebook page, which has now been hacked.
No.
We had to start over. 2 years ago, we got hacked.
Okay.
Yeah, and Facebook did nothing, even though I could prove it was me, did all the things. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't do anything about it.
Oh, geez.
Lost tens of thousands of followers on that. But anyways, it's okay. We're resilient. My little page that had like maybe 900 followers grew 10,000 followers in 3 months.
Oh, wow.
So I hit delete on that blog post that was in your style guide.
Yes.
And here we are
my
today.
gosh. Yes.
It was
Wow.
crazy. And it was at the time when Facebook, God love you, Mark Zuckerberg, when Facebook let people see your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, where are my friends?
I know. I know.
So frustrated by Mark. Mark and I
I
have a
know.
love-hate relationship at the
Yeah.
moment. He just doesn't know who I am yet, but I really don't like him some days.
I know. It's like that thing too when you like see something that's like 4 days old and
Yeah.
you're like, why
You
am I
think
seeing
you're
this
lucky.
today?
Yeah. So that's how Senior Style Guide started. It started
Wow.
with a no. And if you've been around the block with me, you know that my mantra since forever before Senior Style Guide was no means not yet. And it is exceedingly infuriating with people who know me well because I
Mm-hmm.
will not take no.
Mm-hmm.
No's
Mm-hmm.
not in my vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love that.
that's it. That's the long and short of a very long-winded story as to how we're
No.
here today.
That's wonderful. I love that. And I was going to ask, but I think you already answered that is that it was always Senior Style Guide.
Yes.
Like your blog, everything. It like you had that name, you had that vision, everything right from the beginning.
Yes. Well, I didn't know where it was going in the beginning.
Sure. Sure.
I still don't know where it's going. I have a 5-year plan, but there's
Mm-hmm.
little stuff that pop in my lap, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
center. I'm like, oh, we could do that. Yes, let's do that.
Right. Right. Yes. Well, and I feel like, yeah, you have to kind of be open to those kinds of things.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which is hard for me. I'm wound pretty tightly.
But say, are you very much like this is you like you said, you have a 5-year plan and yeah.
Yeah. Like our first quarter of 2026 is going to be bananas, the stuff that's rolling out. Like we're on the back end having meetings and creating it, and it's all hidden. And we're just going to hit,
Mm.
hello, it's us.
Ooh.
Yeah. So,
That's
it's
all.
so when something new gets thrown at you and you're like, ooh, that's shiny. Ooh, could that really work? That's what people are wanting. Okay. That kind of throws the master plan off in my head, but I'm always
Mm-hmm.
willing to go with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, and that is hard when you are like social media, all of the things, when you see things and everything, and it is that like you said, shiny, where you're like, oh, should I be doing that? Should I be doing oh, and then you look over there, oh, should I be doing this? Yeah, that is hard. And to have to just kind of keep focusing on what your plan is.
Yeah. And sidebar, the two men that would have blocked me,
Yes.
at one of them, super nice guy. I've hung out at an event and a super nice guy. All these people were nice. Can I just say that?
Sure.
They were really nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They just
They
had,
just had their plan of like, okay, nope. Well, and I feel, yeah. I mean, I always feel like I mean, the whole like, everything happens for a reason type thing. But who knows if Senior Style Guide would be here if,
we wouldn't.
you know, would have went if you weren't going to be blocked.
Oh, right. You're not blocking me. I'm coming in. I'm going to make my own thing
Right, right.
that no one's going to come to for a year.
But then it like you said, then it exploded.
It did, because then we went on to do a forum and we did classes in the forum. We did magazines every other month, and we were print only for years. That was a hill I was willing to die on until someone showed me the light and was like, Blockbuster Netflix, who do you want to be?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
be Blockbuster. So I think we clung to that like your grandmother's pearls for 4 years, print only. I
Wow.
really
Wow.
wanted that experience. And we,
Yes.
and we still have people that want just print. So we do have print as well.
Mm-hmm.
But now we
Mm-hmm.
have the option of digital.
Hey, Shutter Squad, if you're loving this conversation and know a photographer who needs to hear it, share this episode or screenshot your favorite takeaway and tag me on social media. I love seeing what you're learning and getting inspired by your shares. So, Vickie, since you've built this strong and like you were talking about like this loyal community and in this senior photography world, What do you feel is missing in the industry that Senior Style Guide sets out to fill?
Well, first of all, it's not a me, it's a we. The minute I put the magazine out, people came and started helping on the blog. People came and started helping with social media. And I cannot thank those people enough. They have gone on to be amazing photographers. Christy Bradley, shout out to Christy Bradley. She and Megan Bryant and Stacy Green were like the first three people to come in and be like, hey, let me help you.
Mm.
So Stacy has since she's coming back, I believe. I think I saw a post from her a couple of weeks ago, but Megan is coming back into the photography sphere. Megan was with me until 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And Christy was with me until 2014, I believe. So yeah, what we're missing in this photography sphere
Mm-hmm.
is what I'm missing every day of my life. This industry is very lonely. We're missing people who get it. And we are
Mm.
trying to fill that void. Education can take you so far, but I truly believe that a good community can be just as valuable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so we're stepping up our podcasts. We're stepping up bringing on educators. We're stepping up. We have a mastermind, and I've done office hours, and I'm going to continue to do office hours. I've met so many amazing people. I just throw out a Zoom link and say, hey, on this day for 1 hour, I'll be doing admin. If you want to pop on and you want to come and talk, it becomes a community think tank. The people
Mm.
just want to have, and they don't leave their cameras off. They come on with their cameras on.
Mm.
Because I mean, you're in this industry. How many times have you sat at your desk and ate lunch alone?
Mm-hmm. Every day. Yeah.
How many times have you felt abandoned and
Mm-hmm.
alienated? Like you're putting all this out into the ethernet and you're getting like no connection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's where I am really putting a lot of effort into 2026 with everybody.
Mm.
And everything that we have coming forward has connection in mind.
Mm.
Like we just got back from the Salt Flats last month in Utah, and we had 18 photographers, 15 came, and they're going to dinner the night before, they're going to lunch the day of. You know, we were all out there by ourselves, but that bond, that laughing, that talking about things, there was a photographer there, and I'm not going to mention her by name, but she's going to know it. I adore her. She went on almost all of our Brooke Daniels and my destination events, SSG destinations. We've done them for 10 years. She went on so many. I met her in New York City, and she's been all over with us. She left the landscape for about 3 years. She popped in, signed up for this event, and it was so nice. It was like,
Yes.
you know how you have that person where time doesn't create space?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She just fell into the mix, and I watched all of these women embrace her and be like,
Mm.
hey, I'll be your partner today, because they
Oh.
were buddying up in twos. And you know, because when you get out there, you're by yourself. I mean, we're all out there, and it's just two of you with a model, and you're rotating, and it's beautiful, and you're creating. But everybody did that dance together, and it was just so nice to know.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's joining us at our Sacramento retreat, and she's joined in February, and now she's joining us at Push in July. It's like
Mm.
she's back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see what happens, because I
Mm-hmm.
was never the cool kid in high school. I'm never going to be the cool kid. Okay. I'm the awkward, funny, says whatever's on her mind person.
Same.
And I'm like that shrinking violet in a wall. Most people wouldn't think that, but I'll go in a room and I'll be more comfortable in the corner scanning the environment because I have a psych degree. I want to watch everybody.
Mm. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I hate, you know, not being in that corner. So I want a space that is welcoming for people. I want a space where we're going to lift each other. If I've said that from day one, I mean, I will just pretend you don't exist on the landscape if you're a meanie. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
anything to do with the mean girls. We graduated high school or the mean guys.
Mm-hmm.
I want a
Mm-hmm.
welcoming community. I want a tighter community.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's missing. Sorry.
No, yeah, I love that. And I mean, because like before we were like starting, I was talking about my, like, we call ourselves the boss babes. I met them on a like retreat and years ago, and we just have this bond. We have a running group thread, on our phone, and it goes every day. And maybe not all of us are um contributing every single day, but there'll be that time where you're like, you're maybe don't hear from somebody, and then you're like, they come on, they're like, okay, I gotta scroll through and see what I missed, because we're talking about everything. We might
Right.
be talking about photography things and help with something, but we're also talking just about, life. Like one of the ladies now is a grandma, and so we get to see, pictures and, things like that. So I totally get like having that that community. And I feel like sometimes we feel like, oh, that person is a competition, or we think that's what it is. But then when you do get in front of that person, you are like just together and doing your thing, and you're not looking at each other as competition.
No, and it's hard. It's so hard in this industry to not view things from that lens. My one of my best photography besties lives 25 minutes from me. She lives in Danville, Indiana. Okay. 20, 25 minutes away. We have
Mm-hmm.
swapped clients right and left. Okay. Like they'll do the dance, they'll jump from me to her, from her to me. It's been a thing for, oh my God, 10 years. And if we looked at things like that, we wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I really challenge everyone to it's hard. That's our default. Our default is competition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To maybe see what can be beyond.
Kind of going a little bit towards like, well, I mean, we've been talking about this a little bit, but what do you think photographers overlook when it comes to standing out in such a senior, like a saturated senior market? Kind of like, because we're talking about all these photographers and like the blocking and all of that. What do you what do you think right now we're overlooking?
Two things has been resonating. Like people will call me because my phone number's on the website. The email on the website is a direct line to me. So the things that I'm hearing, they're underestimating themselves and the power of their uniqueness, and they're not valuing and they're underestimating their time, the time, how
Mm,
the monetary value of their time. But the first thing is they think, and I say this, and anybody who's heard me say this is going to roll their eyes because it's probably been said to them by me. So and so is doing this, and I'm just a failure, and insert whatever scenario, right? I saw this on social. I'm not doing this. Have we all felt that? Yes, raise your hands.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Preaching to the choir here. And I come in, and it may not be the most empathetic answer, but it does make them think. And I have to give this pep talk to myself. So anything I'm saying to somebody else, I'm willing to say it to myself. 20 minutes prior to you scrolling social media, 20 minutes prior to you knowing that session existed, how did you feel about your business?
mm. Oh, that's good.
Because we
Yeah.
are not kind to ourselves. Our internal
No.
voices, I have horrible conversations with myself on the daily.
Mm-hmm.
I beat myself up verbally on the daily in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
not a good thing. And no one can offer the experience that you are giving them. You are not anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
People have booked you successfully in the past. People are going to book you for you.
Mm-hmm.
Think about what makes you you, because you are important and you do matter in this industry. Am I the best photographer? Hell no. I am a basic photographer. I love to shoot portraits. You're not going to, I mean, I used to do big, elaborate group things, but that is not who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm harnessing is who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
My, I cater to my moms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my moms want a certain thing. I am in line with them. I'm in their space because I'm in their trajectory in life. So that is how I harness me. Will I ever be the greats in the industry? No, but I know what my clients are going to book.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm focusing on. My time, people will go out. I'll constantly get calls that say, hey, I shot the session. I'm 10 sessions behind. I love outsourcing. I will outsource everything that does not serve me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I do outsource everything that does, right down to my bookkeeping. Like, I
Mm.
don't even know what's in my checkbook. I have a bookkeeper who comes and she balances everything, credit cards, everything, files it, sets it aside for my CPA because I don't want to do that.
Sure.
Photographers in April, 2 days before taxes are due, are laying on their floor, cursing life with all the receipts scattered. I was that person years
Mm-hmm.
ago. And in 2016, when I went from a we to a me, I knew I couldn't do all that because I didn't do it before.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
hired a retired bookkeeper, comes in for 20 bucks an hour every month and does it.
Oh, nice.
So they're like, I'm 10 sessions behind, I'm this, I'm that. And we dive into the session and they're shooting 500 to 1,000 frames. So they're spending all that time culling.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're spending all this time editing. And then they're second guessing, well, I like this, but what if the customer likes that view? And then they're adding and they're delivering all these images. And I'm not saying that there's only one way to do this, guys. I'm just saying if you're in this pit, if anything is resonating, maybe rethink it. If anything strikes a nerve right now, think it, rethink it,
Mm-hmm.
please. Just
Mm-hmm.
investigate it in your life, explore it. And they're burying themselves essentially, and we
Mm-hmm.
don't value our time as photographers,
Mm-hmm.
and our time has a monetary value at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
One
Mm-hmm.
photographer, we added up the amount of time she was wasting, and it wasn't weeks, it added up to months.
Oh, wow.
And that's what she said. She was like, whoa. Because I mean,
Yeah.
even as I'm calculating, I thought, oh, it's going to be like 3 weeks. Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
it was more like 3 months. And I said, what could you do with that time? What is that time worth to you? Time is the only thing we cannot save, guys. Did I answer that question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Answer. I felt like
No, no, that was great. And I think that everything that you're saying, I think this is great for people listening because then because I just think we don't like the time and all of that. Like we don't think about that until you do. Like if you start adding it up and then you're going to be like that photographer going, oh, wow. Like she's not maybe realizing it's really that amount. This is kind of like usually like the crazier time for photographers. Well, when it's where we're all like, help us. If you see us, hug us, type thing.
yes.
But maybe when you're in your slow season, like say like for me in Nebraska, like January is gonna be slow for me. And that's when I sit and go, okay, what did and I mean I could jot some things down now to be like you need to look at this, like even like I do my own bookkeeping, all that, but thinking about what you're saying, because I hate it. and and so I'm like, I'm gonna jot that down to look into that for that kind of stuff. And for other photographers, if there's something that you're hearing, they're like, yeah, maybe. And because like I was like you with weddings, like there was one day where I just woke up and I was like, I can't, like I think it was a wedding day too, and I was just like, I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do this anymore. Like I'm gonna do this wedding today, but I don't want to feel like I'm feeling when I wake up for weddings. So, and I feel like for life, you think again, it's like the bookkeeping. I don't want today. I have bookkeeping. I don't want to do that.
Well, and with the weddings, I loved my brides. I loved them dearly, but I was spending towards the end more time in the bathroom hiding, running the clock out than I was leaving it to my business partner then at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
when I say that, I'd be like, oh, I'd go hide for 20 minutes. He'd be like, go hide. You need to hide. I can tell you need to hide. And I'd go hide.
Wow.
And then I'd come out and I'd be recharged and I would get
Mm-hmm.
everything and I would do everything. I did all the things, but I don't want to feel that way.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
in our mastermind, there's always in the Connect mastermind, there's always a mic drop. Like we just had this, like the power hour, the questions lit the flip up because we were talking about our shooting styles. And I said, yeah, I'm a basic shooter. You get an hour and a half with me. You get up to 5 outfits with me. And you get 42 images and I shoot 100 frames. That was like, people are like, whoa, 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 what? And I'm like, go check out the vault video. I dropped a session. I dropped my card in. I went through Lightroom. I pulled it. I was done in 10 minutes. It's off to my editor. It's back in 24 hours to 3 business days. She's been with me since 2015. Again, another thing I don't want to do in my life. I have kids. At the time in 15, I had younger kids. Now I have a freshman in college and I have a 25-year-old. But he's in his master's program. He's finishing that up. But it's like I'm at this, again, another pivotal juncture in my life that I can't get back. And they're just like, how do you, because I'm shooting with intention. And another one of my mantras has always been, I always tell it to my kids and they hate me for it. You got to go slow to go fast. If you're shooting with intention, if you're nailing it in camera, next, we don't need to shoot the same thing 15 times.
Right.
We're done. Next.
Right. Do you, when you, okay, so I'm a little curious about this.
Your face said it all.
Yeah. Because I am definitely I overshoot because I'm always like in my head, I'm always just like, okay, did I get enough in that outfit? Did I, type thing. And I might even say it to the scene, like, do you feel like we're good? Like, are you just saying like, okay, especially I guess with 5 outfits in an hour and a half, like you do have to shoot with intention and then just keep moving. Are you asking the senior like, hey, you feel good about this? Or are you just like, okay, we got it. Let's get to the next?
No. And let me preface all of this by saying that does not work for everybody. That's what works for me.
True. Right.
I am their hype girl. Oh my God, you freaking killed it. Next. If we're moving fast, it's because you're killing it. The confidence after that first outfit that shines through in that kid who maybe did not have that confidence, I'm all about empowering them. And I am the quintessential hyper. I'm like, look, oh my God, look. If it's a boy, is there a girl? No. Well, there will be after this. Look at that. If you just see their face light up.
Right.
Because it's true. And they've got this goofy woman who's playing mirror me the entire time. Like I will mirror the poses. And then they make it their own. And I'm like, oh my God, you did it so much better. Of course they did it better. They're not me. Anybody's going to do it better than me. But they're laughing, mom's laughing. And I'm like, mom, you can get all the behind the scenes you want. You got that, guys? She's getting all the behind the scenes. You just can't get my butt in the frame is what I tell her. And everybody laughs. And mom, I'll be like, stop, don't move. I'll step aside, mom, right here. Get this angle with your phone. I'm making it a production for the client because this is their production. And yes, I did a video on this in our Connect Mastermind where you can literally in 5 minutes get 7 to 8 poses per outfit. You just have to know the flow posing. You got to know. And then there's room to improvise. So, and we're in Greencastle. Locations are 5 minutes apart from each other. So to cram in what looks to be 10 locations when it's really 3.
Right. That's always lovely when you can do that. Like I live in a small town and I'm always like, if I have seniors from like the bigger, like Lincoln or Omaha, they always do want to come to my town in Wahoo. And I think because they're like, it's something different. It's not what their friends are doing. Right. And I do say, I'm like, we can go out to a lake. We can be like, kind of look like we're in a forest. We can be in, like it's just, and again, it's like the 5-minute thing. And I think they like that as well.
You're in Nebraska. That is gorgeous. Let's just call it what it is. So yeah, I mean, like my indie clients want to come to Greencastle. My Greencastle clients want to go to Indy. It's what you don't have. that you want.
Right. Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. But the
So,
work for every photographer, no. There are some
sure.
who want to shoot 3 hours. There are some that, want to do all those things. And that is great. If that is working for you, that is great. That just wasn't serving me anymore because I was that photographer. And
Mhm.
when I lowered the number of digitals I delivered,
Mhm.
I sold more product in the end. So
Mhm. Mhm.
they weren't overwhelmed. My clients get overwhelmed. Every client, I call it the client avatar, every client avatar is different.
And you don't want to like the overwhelming. I feel like we're overwhelmed every day. So if we can help them, not be overwhelmed, I do I do like that. I mean, I have, parents that they're like, we don't need so, like 500 photos. And in my head, I'm like, no, you don't. Like,
I made my wedding photographer, I got married in July. I made my wedding photographer bat crap crazy. Okay. It's my best friend in Danville. I am her worst client. She does my headshots. She does everything. We have a love-hate relationship with me behind the camera. In front of the camera, I should say. I told her, I said, look, we're going to go to Ireland and we're going to go to Iceland, and you're going to be in the back seat of the car the whole 8 days. Gave her a PowerPoint, every location,
yes.
what I want, down to the kilometer of the most efficient route in both countries.
Oh, wow.
She knows she expects this of me.
Sure,
We
sure.
had a freaking blast. We always do. We have a great time together. She's like, we got home. We weren't on the ground 24 hours. She goes, when are we going back? I'm like, well, I'm not getting married again. But throughout the process, I'm like, we're good.
Mhm. Mhm.
I wanted 50 images.
Mhm. Mhm.
He shot 1,500. And I'm like, no, we're good. We got this. Or, oh, that'll never see the light of day. Delete it
Mhm.
now or redo it. No,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
just knew I didn't need a bunch.
Mhm.
We did an elopement at my farm with just our kids, and she shot
Mm.
over 600 images for that alone.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted 10. I actually wanted none. And she said, you cannot be a photographer and get married and not have photos of the actual marriage part, because I wanted it to be legal before we went and did the vows and everything else in the other two countries. And she's like, you
Sure.
cannot, as a photographer, in good conscience, do this. So I'm showing up whether I'm welcome or not, taking these photos. I said, you got 30 minutes. Hottest freaking day of the year. It was 97 degrees at 7 o'clock.
Jeez.
She got maybe 30 minutes and she took 600 photos. And she's like, but, and I'm like, no, like we would sit down in the bar at night in Ireland. We went to Ireland and we went to Iceland and we came back to Ireland. We would sit at the bar and I'd be like, I only want that. Are you serious? Yes. I mean, she came to my house when it was over and dumped off all like, it ended up being like 2,100 images at the end. She goes, you need the raws. You may change your mind. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm a very determined Kohler.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
isn't this plus that plus this plus that. It's
Mhm.
this. She's like, I
Mhm.
just don't know how you can discard it. And it's your own images. I just don't know how you can do that. I go, I'm not emotionally attached to everything. So that's how I mean, it's even in my life. It's not just in my clients' lives.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, but I love that you know it, and that's how, you're putting it in, like you said, it's in your life, it's in your clients' lives. And it's just how it works for you.
Yeah. And it works for the clients that select me. Will it
Mhm.
work for every client out there? No. Am I for every client out there? No. And with the community over competition, can I photograph every senior out there? No.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's room for everything in everyone's style, and I can celebrate that. My good friend Carissa Davis tells us all the time, everyone makes spaghetti. We all make it differently, and it all tastes good. And I
Mm.
think that as an industry collective, if we can embrace that
Mhm.
and not tell people you have to do this or it's wrong,
Mhm.
because then that's shaming. That's not empowering.
Mhm.
I think that we will all grow our businesses in the trajectory that we are supposed to grow our businesses.
Hey, Shutter Squad. Quick shout out to Rockbrook Camera in Lincoln and Omaha, Nebraska. For 50 years, this locally owned Nebraska shop has helped photographers from beginners to pros find gear, learn new skills, and print what matters most. Need a rental? Want one-on-one help? They've got you covered in Omaha and Lincoln, or even online at rockbrookcamera.com. Bonus, now through 2025, save 25% off your rental order. Links in the show notes. Don't wait. Go check them out and level up your photography. Vickie, going into, because I know we want to hit on like Hot 100.
Oh my God.
Because like we're not too far from the date of deadline of entering.
27 days left on the calendar. In typical form, 2 people have entered. And it'll be that way. There's going to be a day it stays that way, but it's always 3 days before and then 6 hours before.
That they all just come in.
I pray that they do. Yes. Every year I pray.
Do you? I'm like, do you? Because I feel like every year it surpasses like how many submissions almost like.
It did. It had a tipping point. And last year we went backwards by like 1,000 images.
Oh.
And well, okay. 3 years ago was the pinnacle, and then it's gone back each year.
Gotcha.
And it's covered in this one range every year, the last 3 years. I feel like the odds have gone up significantly to win. Last year, I say 50% plus, it was closer to 60% plus chance of winning. Does that mean that the quality was less? Absolutely not. The same number of photographers, less images. I feel they got more refined in picking their images.
Well, and that's, because I feel like that's always hard when you're like, should I do this one? Should I do this one? Or I'll just do both. So maybe they're looking at, like you said, they're looking at it and they're refining, going, nope, this is the image.
About 2.5 years ago, we introduced Hot 100 buddies. Get a buddy, because we are all emotionally attached. I mean, I'm so emotionally attached to my images sometimes that I think that is it. That is it. And it's not. It's something else. And so last year, because there's a range of senior classes you can enter in, right? So say you entered in something that you really, really loved, but maybe it didn't resonate with those judges. The judging is grueling, and I have to keep my mouth shut, and that's hard for me. I'm over there just to keep the flow going.
Sure.
Topic, because it's going to be 12 hours if we don't stay on topic. We're not talking about cookies today. We're talking about the images. I will watch something get just deleted off the landscape in the holy hour, and I will be shrieking inside. Like, are you freaking kidding me? And they always have a master plan that comes together in the end, and it's freaking amazing. And I can see where they were coming from. The Hot 100 buddies are really good at picking what you should. So people were re-entering the year before, the year prior to that, and some got picked up. So you never know.
Yeah. No, I love that, because then having somebody else kind of look at it a different perspective, and they're not emotionally attached to it. I bet that, that's definitely helpful.
It is. And I love seeing the images, and I love celebrating the wins of people. Like, we've had people who've entered every year. This is year 13. And I've seen people who have entered, like 7 years in a row and not make it, who make it. And I'm just like, I just want to jump in my seat and celebrate with them. I'm like dying for announcement day. And
yes, I bet.
And I love that it's blind. The judges, they have an app that they heart. And if you've ever voted in community choice, you know it as well. You can't see the name. You don't know. Only I can see that. And so I love, yes. Can they recognize some from social media? Absolutely. If we're on social media, you're going to recognize something. But I love that there's the community choice element of another 100 photographers because then you
Hmm.
guys get to go vote. And boy, you guys peter out quick. You guys come out of the gate hard, but then you stop. I give you like 5 to 7 days to vote, and oh, it like drops off by day 7 because you've looked through thousands of images and you're like, oh my God, how did they do it?
Right.
They don't have the luxury of just looking through it once. They got to look through it repeatedly.
Right. How long is that judging duration then?
Once the submission deadline closes, I have to put all of them into the categories, send them off to the app developer. He puts them in the categories. We make sure that the numbers match.
Hmm.
Then it's released to the judges, and they have it about 3 weeks. But I baby step them through it.
Hmm.
Like I'll say, I want you to judge this category. Post in the group chat when you're done, and then I go
Mm.
on the back end and I look at the results. Okay, go do this category, because I don't want to throw them with like the category that has thousands in it at first.
Hmm. Hmm.
So stair stepping it helps. And then I have to go back through, okay, we have too many in this category, too many in this, we don't have enough in this. I need you guys to bring in, because they have to screenshot and name it with the page number so they can find it. Bring
Mm.
in your 10 alternates now. And then we go through it. It's like a big Tetris board on the back end for me.
Right.
Like it's plugging. Okay, the minute I say this, it goes, oh, now you're over. Now this is under this and this and this. And it's back and forth until the entire Tetris board rests.
Mm.
And every category has 10 photographers. Now, do they have more than 10? Absolutely, because once you take 5 spots, your icon. Once you take 7, your legend, or not legend, your influencer. And once you take 10, your legend. So the
Hmm.
minute you hit that icon with 5 spots, all your spots go silent so 5 new photographers can rise.
Mm. Hmm.
And that's where the Tetris board starts swaying. If I just said, oh, it is what it is, it would be over and done like that.
Right. Right.
But then the photographers have to come on and they have to defend their images. You have to have 2 votes for an image to stay.
Mm. Hmm. Hmm.
You have to say, is this person icon worthy? Is this person legend worthy? Are they influencer worthy? If not, what are you taking out? I mean, it'd be real easy if they just entered their images and it was just you win. Everybody,
Right. Right. Just black and white. Yeah.
you're a winner, you're a winner,
Yeah.
everybody's a winner, buy a badge. If we did the buy a badge theory, it would be so much easier on everybody involved. But I really want it to be a contest
Yeah. No. And
because
I
that
think
magazine is beautiful at the end of the
it
year.
really is. Yes.
And even the community choice where the community comes in and votes, it's beautiful. So yeah, it's coming up, 27 days left to enter.
Yeah. My gosh.
Yeah, I'm
Like
living
you,
and breathing Hot 100 right now.
I bet.
Tomorrow's newsletter is going to be 3 pro tips from the judges, Valerie Shannon Maxley and Shauna Tomrin.
Oh, nice.
3 different styles, but 3 amazing styles.
Mm-hmm.
And I love
Mm-hmm.
that the judges typically are drawn to styles that they don't shoot. That's my favorite part.
Mm. Oh, that's fun. That's like a little twist to it.
It's things that they wish they could. I love when I hear the judges say, and I hear this a lot on the back end, God, I wish I would have shot that. That's the
Mm-hmm.
testament to an amazing image.
Mm-hmm.
God, I wish I could do what they do. I wish that was my imagery. I hear those things constantly.
Mm.
It is not easy on those judges. They live and breathe those images. Yeah, it's a lot for them. And
Oh,
I'm,
I bet.
and this year we took out the straight out of the camera category. Every year I get on social media, I do lives, I talk about guys. No one enters this category. There's only like 200 entries. It could be a gimme category for you. It
Mm-hmm.
was like 550. So I took it out. I'm like, no, if we're not going to listen,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to bring in teens and tweens.
Yes, I do like that you're gonna have that this year.
Yeah, because we used to have the 25 most influential, and I was like, no, I want to bring it into the Hot 100. So I slowly paused it. Not saying it'll never come back, but I paused it. And I
Mm-hmm.
added
Mm-hmm.
that category into the Hot 100 this year.
Yeah, I like that. Think
So,
that'll
guys, pro tip, if I tell you to enter a category, freaking enter the
in the
category.
category. Yeah.
I mean, that's like insider trading.
Right. Yes. That is surprising. And I mean, I'm one of them that I don't think I have ever done straight out of camera when I have entered either. So I guess I'm one that should have been listening.
But there's studio. I mean, you can enter studio. That
Hmm.
one and straight out of the camera get the fewest votes, fewest entries, not votes, but entries.
So, well, and that I feel like this is kind of it would be the answer, but is there anything that you would want to tell photographers that they should know about entering? Obviously, those are some to categories to look at. Is there anything else that they should know?
They need to just enter. I
Mm-hmm.
have seen people just enter one image and win. Do I want to just I'm not good at gambling. I suck at it. My advice is you enter every category. Even if you don't shoot black and if you don't do black and white to your clients,
Mm-hmm.
make it black and white, see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Enter it. You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Enter a lot. The people that enter 30 or more images have a better shot. Your imagery is in front of the judges more.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
standard math.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
try to enter all the categories. Seriously, you don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Are there any like mistakes that you see that photographers do when they're submitting to Hot 100 that we should talk about here?
When I say this, you're going to look at me like I'm crazy. Only because this is my job on the back end, because they only see the app, the app size.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't enter blurry images. Make sure it's
Mm-hmm.
tack sharp. We get a lot of blurry images.
Oh,
Soft,
really?
the eyes soft, this, that. I mean, they get down to everything, like the hands, the feet, or the feet in it are is the background, or is it positioned wonky? I mean, they will hold each other.
Mm.
It's like a WWE match in judging. Well, you cut my image because of this, so yours is out. It's the exact same thing.
Mm.
And then that it leaves that third person over there to be like, oh my gosh, I have to. That's why we have three.
Oh, that's good.
And then it's like, well, can you defend this? Because you voted mine out for this, and we'll bring that image up and their image up. And if they can't defend it beyond that, and theirs is doing it, 9 times out of 10, it's going to get thrown out. But sometimes they can sway it, and they'll be like,
Mm.
"Ooh, I didn't see that. I didn't notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Mm-hmm.
love that image." So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy. Guys think it's so easy to go in there and judge, and it is not easy.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think that would be so hard.
Yeah.
And I love that's interesting how like one's like, "Hey, you threw mine out and that's the same. Like I'm throwing this one out because they're this you're saying it the same thing."
You can't cite this for this image, but then accept it for yours
Mm-hmm.
unless you can successfully defend one versus the other. And that's when the images go up on the screen. I'm back there, I'm flipping it up. Another thing that I have to constantly be on the lookout for them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, I feel like this image was shot at a workshop. I feel like this image was shot at a conference. I feel like it was shot at a one-to-one mentorship.
Mm.
I feel like it's so and so styling. Can you go investigate their social media? Can you reach out to this educator?
Mm.
And
Oh.
that's happened 2 times in the history of the Hot 100. Even though it says you cannot submit these images from XYZ, they
Mm-hmm.
will have submitted 2 times. But other times, it's the rest of the time, it's been their own. And I love that.
Mm.
Love
Mm-hmm.
that.
I love that you're like you go and you investigate and you're like, it's theirs.
It wouldn't be a fair contest
Right. No.
if we
Mm-hmm.
didn't do that back end work. It wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
fair to the people who did enter and followed the rules.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm loving that we're finding out all of what you do, like on the back end, because that's a lot to it's not just, hey, we're looking and we like this picture. We're gonna put it in. We're like, oh, we like, there is a lot going into this.
There is. And, if a category is lacking, they have to go back with fresh eyes and look. Did we
Mm,
miss something?
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We got to fill it. Did we miss something? And
Mm-hmm.
it's all them. I'm just there to keep the train going down the tracks. It is the three judges. They
Mhm.
do an amazing job. They do a very hard job that no one in their right mind would want to do. So if you win that badge, you run
Mhm.
with it. You earned that badge. You didn't just get it
Mhm.
handed to you. You didn't just pay money to buy it.
Mhm.
Earned it. Your work stood out from the sea of thousands.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
challenge everybody.
Mhm.
Submit one image at the bare minimum, but try to
Mhm.
take all the categories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Categories, that's 10 images.
Mhm.
Make
Mhm.
a folder on your desktop, label it Hot 100. Inside, make subfolders of every category and start dropping your images in.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and do that now. Don't be doing that November 16th,
At
the
9:30 at
day
night,
before. Yeah.
people will be texting me, are the numbers growing? Yeah, slowly. And then I'll go to bed. I'll shut it down and I'll go to bed and I'll wake up and it's like a bomb went off.
Wow.
And I know we're annoying. I'm going to just say that we are annoying. We are going to be talking about Hot 100 from now until November 17th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern.
Mhm.
We're going to be hitting our newsletter and then we'll go back to being normal. So just stay with us. I had someone last year at 5 o'clock. Are you going to freaking send a newsletter every hour? Why, yes, I am.
Mhm.
I woke up
Mhm.
the next morning. They said that was annoying, but at 9 o'clock, you got me out of bed and I did it. Yes, I am annoying, but I believe in this. I believe
Right.
in our work critically. This isn't about just winning a contest. This is about looking at your work critically.
Mhm.
It forces you to grow by
Mhm.
entering.
Mhm.
And if you win, you market it to the nth degree. You
Mhm.
ride that puppy home so that you can let everybody know that you are one of the top 100 photographers across the globe.
I also feel like you sending those newsletters, it's just because, again, this is a busy time of year. If you're a solo business owner, you go, yeah, I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna get my subcategories on my desktop, but then you start doing something else. But if you get an email and it's like, okay, I got to do that, or I have my categories ready to go, I just need to submit. I feel like getting those emails, I mean, yeah,
Oh, it's
that
annoying. And I know that it's annoying. And that's why I beg you guys for grace and forgiveness to know that this is just once a year.
right, right.
If I wasn't passionate about it, I would just throw it out there and see if it stuck to the wall. But I'm freaking passionate about it because you do look at your work differently. You do grow as a photographer by doing this.
You do. And, I had 1 year that I was chosen, and it was like it was one of the years that I was really, really focusing on seniors. And like, I was just like, this is going to be my thing, kind of like you were talking about with like weddings and stuff. And yeah, I had the magazine. It was out in my studio for actually years. Like, like it's on like the table. People, I have my page marked. I still have, I mean, I have that magazine, but it's like that was a big freaking deal. Like yeah. And I need to now that you're saying it too, and I'm like, okay, November 17th, I need to enter because I haven't entered in for a few years, and I just I need to do it.
Yeah. And they're judging blind. They don't know who you are. So it is
Right.
a personal attack on your work. You could
Right.
have amazing imagery. And it's something I have to like talk to people afterwards. They're very upset. It's a very emotional time when the list comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's hate Vickie. They're coming at me with pitchforks. They're
Oh
going in private
gosh.
groups. They're going in private messages that aren't private and they just don't realize it. And I'm getting screenshots texted to me. And I'm just like, I have to walk away for a week after I hit post on the blog post. And I'm okay with that.
Sure.
I'm
Sure.
not mad at people for having these feelings. I
Mm-hmm.
understand. We all have big feelings. I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, your work is amazing. Something else just took from it at that moment. It's not a reflection of you.
Mm-mm.
It's a reflection of what the judges chose in that subset of time as what was going to be the Hot 100 for that year. Re-enter it next year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And thank God to the people who do that because
Mm-hmm.
they see that I'm not lying. Their work is great. It's
Mm-hmm.
solid. It's great. Their customers love them. Their clients love them. It's great. But the Hot 100 is a true contest. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, we have to have some people that don't win.
So the deadline is November 17th,
Yes.
and get those categories, throw in at least like you said, at least one, but maybe do all 10, put so 10 images. Is there anything that we missed that they should know
About the Hot 100?
about the
No.
Hot 100? Okay.
No. I just think that if you don't enter, you're going to be kicking yourself wondering if this was your year because, like last
Mm,
year, over 50+% of the people who entered won. And
mm,
I know those people that were like, I'm not entering this year, like, oh, geez, Louise, that should have been me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Don't have those big feelings.
mm-hmm.
I'm a big
Right.
proponent of solving the problem before it becomes a problem. Enter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, just do it. Vickie, what are is something that photographers should have on their radar in the senior style guide community? Is there anything coming up that we should?
There's so much coming up in January,
I
and
was gonna say, I feel like you did hint on that for in the beginning.
I feel like first quarter people are going to be sick of all the stuff that we're coming out with, but I'm so freaking excited about it. I've got one, two, at least four things in first quarter alone that
Oh,
we're bringing to
nice.
the landscape. And I wish I could tell you we all sign NDAs behind the scenes. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
myself,
just
I have to
so
keep
just yes. So just be on the lookout for
be on the
January.
lookout
Yeah.
because not all four things are for every photographer, but I guarantee you there's one thing for every photographer. Come get to know us. We're friendly. We don't believe in being mean to each other. I mean, people get cut out of the group. If I miss a post in the group that could be slightly dramatic or mean, people will tag me or message me and it's
Mm,
gone. Like,
mm-hmm.
we're not here to tear each other down. We're here to build each other up, guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's celebrate that energy in 2026, can we?
The world we live in, it's there's enough like we have a lot going on that we don't need to add to it.
We definitely don't need to add to it. There's just too much out there already. I
Yes.
feel like it's too easy now just to type behind a computer.
It really is. If someone is new to SSG, what would be your first step to getting involved and connected? Like if you're that photographer that's likes to be on the like in the corner watching, but you really want to be part of it, what would you say?
First thing would be to join our Facebook group. The second thing would be to not just lurk, to ask a question, because I promise you, no one's going to beat you up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not allowed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you're afraid to ask the question in the group, contact me. Reach out to info
Mm-hmm.
at seniorstyleguide.com. That's me. You're getting me.
Mm-hmm.
Reach
Mm-hmm.
out to the phone number on the blog, on the Facebook page, on the website. Everywhere is my phone number. My phone number is the only number on there.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me. I've been that photographer. I am still that photographer. And the only way we're going to grow is if we ask the questions. We can't just sit and stew and hope. I mean, if there's a way to learn something without making the mistakes that all of us have made, wouldn't you want to take that path versus the beating your head against the wall path?
Yes. Yes.
And it's
Definitely.
vulnerable. This creative industry is a vulnerable industry and it's hard to be vulnerable. And I just reach out. That's all I can say. Reach out to me.
Okay.
I don't have
Perfect.
an answer. I will point you in the direction of an industry leader who will give you that answer.
Mm-hmm. And are you saying like, should they email you? Can they like where would you like them to connect with you?
They can message me, they can email me, they can call me, they can text me, whatever they are comfortable with. Because I know what it's like to be open in your camera box and not even read your manual yet, but being so excited at the possibility of what's to come.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's hard if you're afraid to ask those questions. You can have all this excitement in your head, but if you can ask the questions, you need someone who's going to answer them and be kind to you.
I love that. Yay. So reach out to Vickie.
That's me. I don't have all the answers, but by God, I'm not opposed to getting in my phone and texting people and calling people and saying, hey, what do
I
you
got
think?
this. Right, right. So Vickie, before we wrap up, I know that you've got something special for our listeners. It's a link to the Senior Style Guide issue 91. Can you tell us a little bit about what's inside that issue and why photographers should check it out?
Absolutely. I'm just because it's not at the top of my head exactly who's in that issue. I am
Mm-hmm.
going over there right now to our shop,
Perfect.
seniorstyleguide.com, and issue 91 is near and dear to my heart because one, my good friend Brooke Daniels, who I have done all those SSG destinations with in the past, she is the cover. And if you know her, then you know that she's just awe inspiring. Um, we have some really good articles in there. Rachel Van Chow's talking about senior model team marketing. We've got April Wetzig photography. April works behind the scenes at Senior Style Guide. She's at Modern Capture and at Modern Teen Style on our Instagrams. She talks about senior sweat and snapshots, a portrait of the final season. Ashley Nicole Photography, Ashley Culinary. If you've been on any of our lives, you know that she's been a frequent guest of ours. She's amazing. She talks about building a thriving business through reputation. She also has a killer intern program. Definitely go to our YouTube and check that out. And Stacy De La Bastide talks about less hustle, more flow, AI for senior photographers. And we've all kind of dipped our toes into AI. I rely on it heavily, I will admit, but I also use it to my advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
inside that issue, you're not only going to see images from our community, but you're also going to learn. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I wanted that issue to be the one to go out for free. So hit the link, grab it for free.
Thank you so much. Well, Vickie, thank you so much for taking time to chat.
Hey, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
I am loving this, and everybody go and get your images in for Hot 100.
Yes, do not delay. Now, if this episode comes out November 17th, you're pretty well screwed. But no,
Right. No.
joking.
Yeah, if they're listening afterwards, they're going to be like, oh, but if you're listening to afterwards, think of next year.
Yes, definitely. It's an annual event. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. Thank you again, Vickie.
Hey, thank you.
Wow. I said wow so many times during that episode, but wow, Shutter Squad, wasn't that inspiring? Huge thank you to Vickie Black for breaking down the Hot 100, sharing insights about the Senior Style Guide community, and giving us a peek at what it takes to stand out as a senior photographer today. Remember to check the show notes for Vickie's special freebie, Senior Style Guide Issue 91. It's packed with creativity and ideas you'll want to see. I'll be back soon with another bonus episode in the coming weeks. So hit that subscribe button and make sure you're first in line when it drops. Trust me, you won't want to miss the next round of behind the scenes magic. If you loved this episode, leave a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. It truly means a lot, and it gets the podcast out in the community. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. Shutter up and shine, friends.